Right then, Mark, let's talk about England. Lee Carsley is going to name his squad for Nations League games coming up against Finland and Greece. It's going to be named at 2 p.m. today. And to look at those selection decisions, our man Mark will help us go through. And you've been picking out some key areas, 3 key areas, is that right?
Yeah, there's obviously, options all over the park. We know that there's so many good quality players that Lee Carsley has the opportunity to select for the next 2 matches. We've started with the strikers because whilst we know Harry Kane, the main man for England, there are 2 potential options. Firstly, Dominic Solanke.
You love him, don't you?
Oh, what a player. And not just about goals, but it's his work ethic, the way he is in the dressing room, the way he runs into the channel. He gives everything for the team. He's not just about goals, it's about work rate, energy, tempo, front press, all the things that managers want to see. He's a real team player. So Dominic Solanke, it's 3-3 now for him. He's really started to find his mojo at Tottenham after a tricky start. I
like that his goals are he just gets tap-ins, because what have England missed? Just that person in the box sometimes. Harry likes dropping deep. They miss that poacher, and he's got that.
Absolutely. The other man he's potentially in competition with, we know Harry Kane's in a league of his own, is Ollie Watkins, who again has been absolutely scintillating. This is him scoring against Ipswich in the Premier League this season. His goal record is really strong, 4 in his last 5. So potentially 2 players there, both vying for that number 2 striking role. Let's take a look at the comparison between the 2 players, because they are having really good, efficient starts to the campaign. And you can see both 5 games so far for Dom Solanke and Ollie Watkins. Ollie edging it with 4 to 3 goals. The minutes per goal ratio, again, slightly bettered by Ollie Watkins, 96.8 compared to Dominic Solanke's 138.3. Assists as well, and a couple of assists for Ollie Watkins. So that's the 2 options. Potentially also, Lee Carsley could say, actually, I'm going to take 3 strikers, and both of you are going to be in this squad. I know Dominic Solanke's been working so hard to try and be a part of this England setup. Of course, he was with the 21s many years ago. And he's always said to me, publicly and privately, I'd love to be a part of the senior side again. And that's always been one of his focuses. So maybe you could see both of them.
Gareth took Watkins and Tony to the Euros, didn't he? So, yeah, it's possible.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's the striking options we've been looking at there.
OK. Well, what else have they got? Dilemmas. We're getting viewers to get in touch. A lot of people talking about fullback positions, suggesting different fullbacks.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a question mark over both fullbacks. We'll start with the right-back situation, because we know that Gareth Southgate always liked to play Kyle Walker. Tried and tested, Manchester City's best fullback, no question about that, and was always a big fixture for England, but wasn't involved in the last squad. So potentially there could be players thinking, right, this could be my opportunity. Trent Alexander-Arnold, main man for Liverpool, been brilliant for England as well. And this is his rankings against the Republic of Ireland and Finland in the last international break. And you can see from this, Pete, first. He was the main man, the standout player for Lee Carsley in his first 2 matches. You can see chances created, passes completed, through balls completed, long passes attempted, the crosses attempted, the touches. He is absolutely everything that Lee Carsley wants. Comfortable on the ball, got the ability to pick out a pass, he can assist, he can always get forward.
In the midfield, as he did.
He can play in midfield, as Gareth Southgate tried him there during the Euros as well. So he will bring everything. So it's hard to see past this man, particularly with his current form. So, yeah, no question about who's going to be the right back, I think, for Lee Carsley. Gets the nod from me as well.
What about the other side, left back? That's a big debate.
Yeah, now this is a big problem as well. It's been a bit of a big problem area for England recently, because there was no real standout left back during the course of the Euros. Obviously, Kieran Trippier played there, and you had to have an inverted right back playing at left full back because the injuries and other issues that Gareth Southgate had to face. And this is obviously another dilemma that Lee Carsley has now got, because when you look at the last 2 games in the international break, Rico Lewis played at left back, and he's really a midfielder. Obviously, he's filled in at 10 as well for Manchester City this season. And the other player that played there was Levi Colwill, who's more of a centre-half, but he has played at left back as well. So England crying out for a left back. We've got no Luke Shaw because of injury, and Ben Chilwell not really getting game time at Chelsea in the Premier League. So therefore, is that a potential place where players could be saying, right, this is my spot, I can make this my own. You know what's coming? I'm going to give you 10 seconds. You tell me why Newcastle's Lewis Hall should be the England left-back.
Well, Lewis, I said it this morning in the meeting. I mean, he was unbelievable against Manchester City at the weekend on Saturday. He did an unbelievable job there. He reads the game so well. He's good going forward and can grab a goal as well. But defensively, he's got pace. He's got a number of appearances for the under-21s where he's been doing really well as well. Most recently for the under-21s. I think he was man of the match in their last game as well.
OK, I think you've had more than 10 seconds.
Okay.
But you've done your sales pitch. Yeah, absolutely no reason why he can't be in the conversation. Another player worth looking at, Leif Davis.
Definitely.
Brilliant for Ipswich last season. Most assists in the Championship. Really good guy, really good character. He's got such a wand of a left foot. He can really put that ball into the box. And he's taken to the Premier League really well so far. So it'd be interesting to see whether he's in the mix for Lee Carsley's England squad.
I'm pleased you said those two because our viewers have been sending those two in
yeah.
as well.
Absolutely. And of course, you can get in touch, GMSF, on the hashtag on X, and we'll read out some of those suggestions. But yeah, Lewis Cook was another one for midfield. Yep. People mentioning him, as you said earlier on, left-back position up for grabs. Be interesting to see what people think about the striking options as well. But yeah, big decisions for this man today.
Wonderfully summed up, Mark. Thank you very much. We are going to hear from Carsley this afternoon as he names that squad for those Nations League games against Greece and Finland. Is Lee Carsley watching? Are your opinions on the hashtag GMSF maybe just forcing him into some last-minute pondering? Who knows? You can see his squad announcement from 2 p.m. here on Sky Sports News.